I love the selling. That's the favorite part of my job is it may be 8 hours a week of that face-to-face personal selling, overcoming objections with the account. I'm going in there with my game plan that I'm trying to execute.
Rob McMahon is a key account sales representative for Reebok Northeast. As a member of the regional sales force, Rob is responsible for the larger sporting goods retailers in the region. Some of his accounts include MVP Sports, Modals, and City Sports in Boston.
In college, I was a business major, and I decided to write down a list of 3 companies that I wanted to work for, with Reebok being one of the companies. And I had confidence in myself that once I got inside the company, I could make it work. So I got in, I worked hard, and 6 months later, I landed my first sales job. When I'm working at home, it may be, a day and a half or 2 days out of the week. I'll be doing my monthly reporting. I'll also be, talking to my buyers. I'll be planning out my week's events. I'll be talking with my marketing counterparts, my apparel counterparts. I'll be talking with my customer service people to make sure that all of the Reebok people are working as a team, and then the other 3 days are on the road, meeting with the buyers, meeting with the retailers. It's the face-to-face selling. It's the, being in their retail stores. It's analyzing how their business is and getting to know their business, because one of the most important things I think I can do is be an expert not only on my business, but on their business as well. I think that's the challenging part of the job. It's a stimulating part of the job. Selling to the buyer is a different challenge every day. I may spend 3 or 4 hours pre-planning a 1-hour call. So when I go up to meet with that buyer, I know what product it is that I need to get landed, how many pairs, what month, and what the total dollar value should be of that order. Depending on what's going on in the market at that time, shifts can change, trends can change, because what's hot today will not be hot tomorrow. And where our product cycle takes 6 months to a year to get new product to market, if you're chasing what's hot now, there's no guarantee that that product will still be hot in a year from now. A lot of the kids used to chase the fashion from the team sports, and they'd be wanting to wear a basketball shoe from Allen Iverson or Michael Jordan. Well, they're now doing their own sports. They're not participating in team sports. So they're purchasing products from companies that are supporting those types of activities. So you need to be able to react to those changes and really think on your feet in front of the buyer. I think developing personal relationships is one of the most important parts, if not the most important part of my job. The first thing you need to do is establish their trust and confidence. And that's not something you can do overnight. That's something that takes time, and you do that by knowing your business and by knowing their business. It's working with my counterparts in marketing, in apparel, and in merchandising. So we'll sit down once a month and have key account meetings where we'll sit down and strategize what we're doing for that particular account in that particular month. So we need to make sure that if we're running a promotion, we need to make sure that the product is there on time, the marketing is being finalized and accomplished, the merchandising pieces are up in store, and that the clerks in store are educated on our products that's shipping that particular month. So it's really a process where everybody needs to be involved to make sure all aspects are being completed. Our Vector reps are a vital part of what we do. They're the contacts in store every day. Where I may deal more with the buyers and the administrators in the corporate office, our Vector reps are in the retail stores every day. My 3 accounts have over 125 stores. So for me to be in all 125 stores is really difficult. But the Vector reps are out there every day, and they're in 6 or 7 stores a day, and they're communicating information and trends back to me, which I can then use when I sit down with my buyers. I can mention to them that we were in your store today, they were short on a certain style or a certain model. This is what the customer is asking for, so I can help the buyer make an educated decision on what he needs.
Rob's job is to sell the product in to different accounts, whereas my job is to try and help the associates sell it through. There's a partnership that exists with Reebok and an account like MVP Sports that's not typical with other vendors, and that sets us apart. I think the account feels more in touch, and they feel that they can create an impact upon what's happening out there in retail by feeding information back to me.
It's also very important that she gains the trust of the sales clerks and the people in store, because the sales clerks, they can lead people to what brand of shoe that they want to sell. So if they believe in Reebok and they believe in what we're doing, they will support us to the same level that we support them. My goal as we go up to MVP today, we're going to show them some fourth quarter product. Fourth quarter right now is a big time for basketball. When I go up there, I know that there's 3 styles that I want to get landed today in basketball. There's also 4 running styles that I'm looking to land as well, because running is the hot category right now. Everything that I bring up here, you know, there are some styles that I'll bring up that I know he's not interested in, but he needs to see some of those styles to make the other styles look even more important.
You know,
What type of product are you looking to promote for Holiday?
hoop,
Right.
you know, and
Fitness.
I mean, hoop, cross training, and fitness. I mean, I think that, you know, cross training is again, a pseudo category. It could, it could be used for anything.
Right.
Just shoes.
I think people are looking at cross training too to take over from the running boom.
Well, you know what happens, I think, again, where we live, I mean, if it's slushy or cold, they don't want mesh. I mean, they want, if they're going to run in it, then they obviously need mesh. But if they're just going to wear it, so I don't know, it's kind of yucky.
So we'd be looking at a package of something like this for Holiday. 55, 90, 100, and 110.
Right.
Okay, those 4 SKUs.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's
nice package.
A lot of blue.
Blue cells.
Blue's in. Well, sitting in my chair, you certainly know the good and the bad salesman, and just the interaction of a salesman that knows what's happening in the market, knows what's happening in his company, the ways to get things done. You really need a live person, and you need to discuss your business pretty much daily. Well, like anything, I mean, a face-to-face meeting, maybe it's harder to say no in person. If I need something from someone, I need to go face-to-face. I don't leave a message for someone and say, hey, I need a favor, or I need to do this. Sales needs to be face-to-face, and negotiating needs to be face-to-face for the most part. That's really what we're doing.
About the first time.
Right. I think the last piece of a good salesman is, a good sales force is continuity. I mean, the familiar faces who, again, know what you need to get done, know the time frames. I mean, there's, a seasonality involved in footwear, in retail, in New England. So, I mean, knowing all the little, ins and outs of your business, not having to break in a new salesman, it really takes, probably a full season, a full cycle to get through all that. So, I think that's, what took you a while, or took,
to learn your business.
Right.
And you learn that by being out in store and getting it done and meeting their customers. That's my customer as well, because my success is based on their success. I mean, the best way to get what you want is by helping others to get what they want. And it did take me a while to learn who their customer was. That was by getting out in store, finding out who their customer was. And I think that, John now knows that, if he has an issue or concern, then I'll do whatever it takes to relay that concern to my management team. And he knows that I'm fighting to get him the best product that I can get him, the best margins that I can get him, with the best marketing dollars that I can get him. And I think he knows that I'm fighting for that, and that way we can both be successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something with some confidence.
So I think, as I mentioned, I had 4 running styles that I wanted to get landed, and I think that those are the 4 that he agreed that we're going to go ahead with. I was hoping to get the 5th one landed, and there'll still may be some negotiation back and forth to see if we can get that one landed. And then basketball, I was looking at 3 SKUs, and those are the 3 SKUs that we got landed. I feel that those were our strongest styles, and that they're the styles that John's customers are looking for. I'm selling to John, but, we also have to think about the end consumer who's coming in to purchase the product as well.